What's up, guys? This is Brad over at Gemotional.com, and today we have yet another Black Ops 2 loadout for you guys to check out and try for yourselves. Today we're starting on the assault rifles. We went through all the SMGs first round, and now we're starting on the assault rifles. So today we're going to start with the MTAR, which is a pretty good weapon. It's actually it's kind of got a low amount of damage that it deals, but it's also very, very accurate, and it has a pretty good steady stream of bullets that you can fire at enemies and stuff. So it's not a very bad gun. It's pretty accurate, pretty effective, especially for game types where you want to kind of do control over objectives and stuff, where you can sit back and pick off enemies and stuff like that. The recommended attachments that we say for this particular gun is the hybrid optic. A lot of people don't use this particular scope. We don't ever switch to the actual long distance scope on this. We just use that kind of reflex scope on it. I personally like it a lot, especially once you get like the little plus sign crosshair for it. It makes it a lot easier to target people. Or the blue dot. The blue dot is actually really, really good because I don't know what it is about blue dot, but for me it stands out better. It makes it easier to target enemies at distance and stuff. So I like using the hybrid optic with this. And then on top of that, we're going to throw on the extended clip, just because it does take a little bit extra bullets to actually get a kill. So having that extra magazine clip in there is really good to have. We're not going to do a secondary. We're actually going to take a wild card and go for primary gunfighter. And then for the third attachment, we're going to go with the laser sight. Just makes it a little bit easier for when enemies come up on you right in front of your face. You know, you don't want to use the hybrid optic scope for that. You don't want to really look down the sights too much because it's kind of hard to aim the hybrid optic scope right in front of your face. So having the laser sight on it just makes it a little bit easier to kind of spray right in front of you and get a kill. For the perks, we're going to recommend using hardline just so you can get your score streaks faster. For number 2, we're going to go with toughness. Just because when you're aiming at enemies from a distance and they're shooting at you at the same time, you're taking bullets, your gun's gonna, this gun has a very little recoil, but it's still gonna pop up and down when you're getting hit. So toughness kind of eliminates that. Perk 3, there's really 2 things you could use here. You could either go with extreme conditioning, just so you can run around a little bit longer and get around to the outside of the perimeters of objectives and stuff, or my personal favorite is tactical mass, just because I just despise getting hit with flashbangs and shock charges and stuff. So that really helps me out. So I'm going to choose that. For your lethal, we're going to recommend using the frag grenade, just because we're, like I said, it's kind of more of an objective-based kind of class setup. So being able to toss a grenade into an objective and get a couple kills is usually a good thing, and it's kind of hard to do with certain other lethals like the C4. C4 you got to be kind of close up to the objective, whereas the grenade you can toss almost across map. You just want to make sure that you cook it for a few seconds before you toss it in, because there will be players that have fast hands on and stuff that can toss it right back out the door. So definitely make sure that you cook it for a few seconds before tossing it in, so they hopefully don't realize the grenade's landed inside the objective point. And also there's going to be people that are running flak jackets, so when you toss a grenade and it hits them, you're going to get a bunch of hit markers or something, but at the very least it'll take down their shield, so you can run in with the MTAR and just take them out that way. And then for a tactical, we're just going to go with the EMP grenade. Usually this kind of helps to, when you toss it into certain areas where it's in or around the objective, they'll have stuff like C4 or shock charges or even claymores set up. This will automatically pretty much just nullify that whole entire situation, so you don't run into something and get trapped. So the MP grenade works really well for that too. Tactical mask, obviously it will protect you from shock charges and stuff, but the EMP grenade can take out the C4s and stuff, which is very useful. And that's pretty much it for this class, guys. It's like I said, it's pretty much made to be kind of a control class for objective-based game types. The MTAR is a pretty solid weapon. It's not the best. There's a lot better assault rifles out there, but this one has a lot of accuracy, and with the extended clip, you have a lot of bullets to fire and stuff. So it's a decent class. The only reason we're really going through this weapon is just because we want to get every single assault rifle. And that's what we're working on right now, guys. We'll have a bunch of more videos coming out very, very soon. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the class. And that's it, guys. Cheers.